Marianismo as Fomo and sacrifice, resentment and rage. Fomo, or the fear of missing out, as a Marianismo symptom rooted in ancestral attachment, connection, and abandonment. What? It was in moving past being annoyed of my mother's constant FOMO and difficulty making a decision on where she wants to go and never truly being satisfied that I realized FOMO is rooted in colonization and the trauma of the immigrant abandonment wound. The fear of missing out could have very well been missing out on food, resources, or safety in our ancestors' life. On the flip side, it may be difficult to move out of the sympathetic response of constantly sacrificing and staying under the radar, that missing out has become the epigenetic flow, and taking up space is the challenge. The root feeling of longing and disenfranchised grief in humbly missing out can create resentment that festers from lineage to lineage, with sacred rage spilling out in moments of transformation, intuition, or protection. These are feelings that needed to be uprooted, felt, mourned, yelled, exalted, and within your own process, transmuted into craft, compassion, rest, intuition, or whatever else you step into when you shed the sacred rage of 7 generations back. When I think of compassion for my mother, I think of her FOMO and how that is one of the most difficult things to be patient with her about. She always wanted to be everywhere with everyone all the time. I kid with her and call her the name of the amazing movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. Not only is it spot on for the title, for the Marianismo energy body, but it is a fantastic movie that is worth watching a few times. My mom longed to be here, there, and nowhere all at once. She longed to be wherever her children invited her, or she would straight up invite herself. Yeah, sometimes it was cute, but many times it was evasive, controlling, and downright inconsiderate of my boundaries. She wanted to be there in a sense that when she was with us, where she wanted to be, even then she was restless, absent in presence, preoccupied with what others were doing back home, and longing to be invited there by them, whomever them was in any space, because she felt like she didn't belong or was not invited. I say she wanted to be nowhere because even though we did take her, she always wanted to be nowhere but home with her mother in Merida, Yucatan. As a child, nothing I did was ever cute enough, perfect enough, funny enough to keep her attention on me. She wanted to be nowhere but with her own mother, and I was there feeling like nowhere was the only place I could ever be near my mother. I know my inner child feels sadness for the intimacy and vulnerability they didn't get in childhood because my mother had difficulty truly seeing me beyond her own sacred grief. Now, as a mother myself, I transmute this FOMO into being mindfully present and loving to my children in the moments that they or I long to share in vulnerability with them. I don't want to fear missing out anymore. I want to be present and witness the moment. Page 16.